How do we start healing instead of just covering up all the pain? First things first, you have to face your emotion. Stop running now. Stop numbing it. Feel what you need to feel. Cry, journal, take it out. Whatever it takes. Let yourself grieve because you cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Welcome to Win-Win with Gwen, hosted by Gwendolyn Shores, author, inspirational speaker, transformational coach, and CEO of Minds Above Matters. This is the podcast where your dreams ignite, limits shatter, and action leads to the life that you deserve. Your breakthrough starts here. Have you ever found yourself holding on to something, even when you know it's breaking you? Maybe it's a relationship or a situationship, a love that felt so good in the beginning, but now it just feels heavy, but you stay. And not because you're happy, not because it's right, but because leaving feels even scarier than staying. I know that feeling all so well. I once said yes when my heart was screaming no, not because I was sure, but because I was afraid to start over, afraid to lose what I had invested, afraid to admit that love alone wasn't enough. And let me tell you, staying when you should leave, that kind of pain cuts deep. So today we're having that conversation that too many of us avoid. We're going to find out what happens when you hold on too long, what damage it does, and most importantly, how to heal after walking away. So if you're struggling to let go, if you're stuck between holding on and moving forward, this here episode is for you. Let's get into it. So look, I was in love, or at least I thought I was, when he got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. I smiled, I nodded, I said yes. But deep down, something in me hesitated. We had years together. We shared a home. It only makes sense to get married, right? See, I told myself that love was about commitment, about sticking it out. Those little doubts I was having, the uneasy feelings, the moments I felt unseen. I told myself that they were just phases and that things would get better, but they didn't. There were things about him that I adored, but there were also things about him that chipped away at me slowly and quietly. Until one day, I didn't even recognize myself for holding on to so much crap and lies. All of the disappointments, the way I kept giving and hoping that one day I'd feel full instead of empty. And yet I stayed. It wasn't because I believed that we were meant to be. Not it was because I was afraid to lose him. I was afraid of breaking my own heart. I was afraid of losing the future that I had imagined. And that was terrifying. But staying meant betraying myself. So one day, after countless sleepless nights, after replaying every reason to stay, I finally listened to the voice I had been ignoring all along, my own voice, and I walked away. And yes, it was painful, but I got over that. And for the first time in years, I could finally breathe, God. I could breathe. So let's talk about what happens after the storm. Because breaking up, that's just step one. Healing. Woohoo, that's a whole different battle. So many of us get caught up in the cycle. We leave, but we don't really go. We replay the past. See, we wonder if we made the right choice. And some of us run straight into another relationship from bed to bed before we are ever healed from that last situation. Does that sound familiar? Look, there was an article published in the Journal of Positive Psychology that 71% of the people take 3 months to recover from a breakup. But you know what's crazy? What's crazy is for the ones who suppress their emotions, the ones who don't do the work, and you know you got to do the work, who don't do the work to heal, that pain can last for years. If you ignore that pain, it doesn't make it go away. It just buries itself deeper. And if you don't deal with it, that hurt, it'll show up in your next relationship. And the next. And the next. Listen. Now Betty Wright, she said it best, and no pain, no gain. She said everything worth having at all is worth working for and waiting for. And that includes you. Your healing is worth the work. Your peace is worth the work. And when love comes again, the kind of love that meets you where you are instead of draining you where you stand. You'll be ready for it. But first, you got to do the work. You got to heal. So how do you do that? How do we start healing instead of just covering up all the pain? First things first, you have to face your emotion. Stop running out. Stop numbing it. Feel what you need to feel. Cry, journal, take it out. Whatever it takes. Let yourself grieve because you cannot heal what you refuse to feel. Now, once you started facing those emotions, you have to break the cycle. And I know this part's tough. It's easy to just jump into another relationship just to fill a void. But don't just replace them with someone else. Sit in the discomfort. Learn from it. Because if you don't, you'll just repeat the same patterns with different people. And while you're doing that, it's time to rediscover you. Who were you before them? What made you happy before they came along? It's time to get back to that. Go on that trip, pick up that hobby, find joy in yourself, not just in someone else. Now listen, this next one is critical. You have to set new standards. What did you learn from that experience? What will you accept moving forward? More importantly, what won't you tolerate anymore? Because healing isn't just about moving on, it's about moving forward with wisdom. And finally, be open, but not desperate for love. When the time is right, love is going to find you, baby. But let it meet you whole, not broken. Let it meet you standing firm, not searching for someone to complete you. Because you are already enough. If you're going through it right now, I need you to hear me. Your storm won't last forever. I know it feels like this pain is never ending, but one day you're going to wake up and realize you're free. And when that day comes, I want you to look yourself in the mirror and give yourself a high five because you did that. You made it through. You chose you. Now don't stop here. Keep doing the work. Keep showing up for yourself. And listen, if this episode spoke to you, I need you to do two things. First, grab my book, Get Beat to Get Better. This book will take you deeper into your healing journey and help you turn pain into power. You can find a link in this description or in my website. And second, ladies, listen up. This August, I'm hosting the Visualization, Release, and Receive Retreat. This is not just another event, it's epic. A full reset for your mind, body, and soul. Picture this: breathtaking views, deep healing workshops, a fire ceremony to release what no longer serves you, in a space where you can breathe again. If you're serious about moving forward and stepping into the life that we know and you know you deserve, don't miss this retreat. Check out all the details on my website. The link is in the description. And of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Win with Gwen. I appreciate every single one of you for showing up and showing out today. And until next time, keep pushing forward. You got this. See you guys next time. There's a high five, and I want you to remember you've got to do the work, and you are doing it. I am so proud. See you next Friday.